I'm coming into this space in this way because it's time to talk about one of the biggest downfalls, possibly couldn't even call it a problem in the world today, in the United States of America, in the world, on Earth, and it's called apathy. And I see it every day. I see it everywhere I go. Today, a guy was talking about how if his kids are happy, that's all he cares about, and he doesn't care about anybody else. He doesn't care about any other thing. Like, that's all that matters. And then I've seen it all. I'm in a situation right now where apathy has taken over a family like cancer. And that's why apathy and not caring and not even having ability to care or connect to others, it's how we're destroying ourselves inside out as a human population. And not just as a human population, but as a family. Apathy is an agenda. It's been going on for some time. It's intergenerational. And it comes from everywhere. It comes from selfishness. It comes from greed. It comes from not caring. And life can get so jacked up that, all of a sudden people don't give a F. And you hear it all the time. Some would say, oh, it's a low vibrational word. Or some people would say, oh my goodness, she used a curse word, da-da-da-da-da. But when there are children being raped, there are children being human trafficked, there are children being molested, there are children being mentally, emotionally, severely harmed. There's soul loss in children that have been human trafficked, who have been stolen from their families. I could go on. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because apathy is like the emotion of the day, and nobody cares, and nobody gives an F, and nobody cares about anybody but themselves or their own children. And shoot, I mean, there's somebody that I know that doesn't even care about his own life. Doesn't even care if the mother of his own child lives or dies. Now that's some serious apathy right there, and that is just proof that there's nothing alive inside that body. And I can say for a fact that this one that I know, who doesn't even care about his own child or if his own child's mother is alive or dead, and would prefer her dead. Not only that, but he has damaged and he has harmed his child so much by stealing her and kidnapping her twice and intentionally destroying that child's bond. It's full-time bond from the womb space for a very long time, a serious close bond. Not only that, an empathic child, a highly sensitive child, a very spiritually gifted child. And not only did he steal that child twice, the second time the child's feelers and abilities and gifts were already damaged, already gone. And now he's teaching this child to hate her mom. Not to care, to have hate. Beyond apathy. We're talking about literally turning a child into a walking zombie. Because this guy, he's already dead inside. He shut down his heart. And that's common sense. You shut down your heart. What it does is it invites lower entities, demons, you name it, dark forces to come into your environment, to come into your home, and to tear your family apart from the inside out, creating death, destruction. So apathy is not the solution for the world today. Apathy is not the solution to protect our own children and the world's children. And let's just go to the United States of America. Apathy is not the solution. We have children that just disappear. Where do the children go that disappear? Those children are being human trafficked. And I just saw a report today on the news that a group of parents are coming together to have CPS, Child Protective Services, abolished. Why? Because they are a gateway to child human trafficking and sex trafficking. And parents know it because children are being stolen left and right in this place. And because it's hitting home more and more parents. Parents that care, parents that love their children, parents that have a heart. This is real. This is really happening. This is going on right now. And the children are crying, the children are screaming, but we can't hear their voices because they've experienced soul loss. They're suffering in shame and silence because of other people's dirty deeds. These sex crimes against children. Pedophilia is the elephant in the room. And it's the agenda of this nation. So you can lock your doors and you can hide your children and you can say, oh, well, it'll never happen to me. But what I'll say right now is continue to be. See if that works for you. I can guarantee you it won't. No. The only thing that's going to heal, fix, save the children, and heal our world today is by reconnecting to our own hearts. Going inside and reconnecting to our own hearts. And two, begin to care. Begin to care. Begin to care about every little thing that you do. Begin to care. Start small. Begin to care. Start small. Now, I can't go and fix everybody's problems or heal the world all at one time or save the children. What I can say is it starts in our hearts, and we can begin by caring. As some would say, begin by giving a fuck. And I only use that word because it's so used, and don't get offended because I use this word, because I've seen it before. The conversation, people having somebody use a cuss word, and people will be like, oh my gosh, she used a curse word, but they're not offended by the fact that there's a pedophile agenda in the United States of America, and it's coming out, and it's hidden in the government, and it's everywhere. They're just now, they're coming out about it slowly but surely. People are coming forward. And so if that agenda can come forward, people running for political office, and those are their platforms to normalize fathers having sex with their daughters, I will put up the link for this after I post this. Yeah, that means that we can come out in our lights, we can come out in our love. And I mean, I'll come out and I'll say it to the whole entire world. I stand for purity. I stand for preservation of innocence, not stealing and robbing our children's essence, especially the essence and the purity of our daughters. My daughter's been stolen, and I know that her essence has been stolen because she's not in her body anymore, and she's definitely not in her heart. And I know because all of her feelings are gone and her ability to care, gone. And this is happening everywhere. This is happening everywhere. I know I'm not the only one. It's just time to come out. So my platform is purity. My platform is family. My platform is getting help for dysfunction, not to hide it and perpetuate it. My platform is healthy families. My platform is actually getting our vets help for post-traumatic stress disorder and what they had to endure in Vietnam, and all the shots and the vaccinations that made them sick, and everything that they had to see. I'm a child of a vet, and so I've lived through the war. The war was inside the home because my father brought that back with his PTSD, and he still doesn't even know how much harm that actually caused him in his psyche, in his heart. And he's not had an ability to connect, to actually feel the love that I have for him in my heart, because all that was damaged inside of him too. And I only have compassion, and I love him safely from a distance. That's why this is a part of the platform that I come and I share and I exist. Because our children are worth it. And a life with meaning prospers. So the solution to the sickness in the world today and what's going on with our children globally with human trafficking in the United States of America, right in front of our eyes and under our noses, it's here now. It's been going on. And there's an invisible silent, I don't want to say revolution, but people are waking up. They're connecting. It's happened to them. It's happened to their children. They've had enough. And I'm one too. How much more devastation and destruction can we take? And I'm one mother, and I know there's more. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And this message, this is about apathy. And I'm providing the divine elixir. Start caring. Go down deep into your heart and connect like never before. Find something worth living for, connecting to others for, down in your heart, connecting to. And if there are things that you need to heal before you can even go into your heart, to go any deeper, stuff that you don't want to face, that's what I do. That's why I exist. And I have a list of services that you can message me. And I have a list of services. If you're not sure which one would be for you, then we can come together and decide that. I'm a heart-centered living specialist. I'm also a life coach, and I work in the spiritual realms and the unseen realms and the mind and the heart. The whole spiritual thing has even been convoluted. You know, spiritual, unseen, what goes on in the mind and the psyche, inside the heart. These are my gifts. These are my abilities. I also have a master's in this field, in this area, master's in consciousness. So let's start. For those who are ready for transformation, to see transformation in your homes, in your communities, to voice whatever's needed. As the protector of the children, it's time that I put more of these messages out. And my platform is love. My platform is healing families. My platform is no longer will the government profit off of our children and perpetuate trauma and war intergenerationally. And it's time we get real post-traumatic stress disorder help in this country. For the vets, for the children of vets, for anyone who's been through trauma and loss. And justice for those of us who have had our children stolen. Sacred justice. You know, She That Exists, and you're observing and you're connecting to She That Exists, her story channel. And this isn't just my story, because I know there are more. I know there are more. Comment. Let's start a conversation. Let's connect. It's time to get this out. It's time to create real change, and that real change begins inside of us. Apathy is the problem, the divine elixir, the divine solution for what we need in the world today is to care. And to go deep in our hearts and care and connect like never before, because we are each other's brother's keeper, and we are commanded to love each other as we love ourselves. And some of us, we struggle with loving ourselves. So I also help and coach and teach others self-care, individually and in groups. That is all for now. Later.